Hi guys, Alice Taylor down here at Lytham Golf Academy, and today we're going to do a little shootout between the TaylorMade M2 and the brand new MCGB irons. So both irons, you know, massively powerful, real distance orientated irons, very forgiving. But we're going to hit 5 real balls on GC quad, and we'll kind of look at just how far these kind of souped up 7 irons hit the ball, but then talk about the kind of pros and cons as to what we get from those numbers and which one you might be looking at if you're looking for more distance out of the TaylorMade range, but also kind of why possibly the one that hit it the furthest won't always be the best club. So like I said, 5 real balls. We're going to go with M2 first off. And I'm going to use the exact same shaft in both going to be 1/2 inch longer, stiff shaft, 2 degrees upright. So M2, big chunky top line. And the ball just explodes off the face. Even on tour, you know, you wouldn't necessarily say this is maybe the visually most attractive club TaylorMade have made, but even on tour some of the guys are putting kind of very long irons in the bag because of how far and high these clubs hit the ball. It just feels like hitting it with a tennis racket. It's windy down here today, so it's hard to kind of get a proper judgment on ball flight, but we'll show you the numbers after I've hit both clubs. And I know from when I've done my review videos, very impressive numbers. And again, very good. Like I said, not maybe the most visually appealing, but for some guys they like that thick top line, something that kind of looks nice and powerful behind the golf ball. I think for me personally in the longer clubs that's not so much an issue. Not mad keen on that once you get into those short irons. But again, loud as well. You know, I know there's the G-acoustic for this year, so they're supposed to sound better, feel a little bit better, but still very loud as an iron. But again, I said on one of my reviews the other day, I think a lot of manufacturers kind of want to associate that loud noise at impact as the ball going a long way. Okay, so 5 good ones with M2. Let's switch over. Like I said, same shaft. So just the fitting heads I'm using, so I can obviously unscrew, pop the same shaft in. Makes it as like for like as I can do when comparing the models. But I don't know, I mean M2's been massively successful. MCGB just come out. Different price point and more technology in the head. And I know from my review video on those, again, you know, very big chunky top line, even chunkier than M2 for me. And again, just looks a very powerful club. So MCGB. I mean, I think it not quite as loud off the club face as M2, which would appeal a little bit more to me. Not sure even in the longer clubs though, fits my eye especially. But again, still very high and incredibly easy to hit. I do think where most guys will benefit from these clubs, either of them, is the guy who hits it low who doesn't hit it a long way. Yeah, these are going to get the ball up in the air and really get some impressive ball speed. That's just miles. Not literally, but right, last couple with MCGB. Yeah, I mean, wow. Be interesting. I've not done any fits yet with MCGB, so it'll be interesting when guys are hitting them alongside their own. I certainly think they'll pick up yardage. Predominantly, you know, the lofts are stronger on a lot of the modern 7 irons, but with the CG being so low, you're still seeing the ball launch up in the air, still seeing a nice high flight. Again, both of those are just absolutely miles. So guys, 5 good solid ones with M2, 5 good solid ones with MCGB. Let's see if with this kind of battle of the distance irons, who comes out on top. Okay guys, so when we look at the numbers, M2, average ball speed 125, MCGB 125, so dead heat on average, but we did have one at 127 with M2, which is really, really quick for me. Both launching kind of 18.3, 18.4, nothing in that. Height, both 35 yards, but we do see a difference in distance. So M2 going 181, MCGB only going 176. And to be honest, the only reason for that is that the M2 is ridiculously low spin in that test. 4,800 is very, very low for 7-iron, which is making the ball go forward more at the end, getting that extra distance. 5,000, nearly 700 with MCGB. Just a touch low, but again, I'd definitely take that. Okay guys, so if we were going for out and out distance, the winner of this one would be the M2. But obviously both of them, the massive kind of advantage is really, really good distances. And they both hit the ball really, really high. So that's good. The little negative for me in that test would be that spinning as low as M2 did, think even for me hitting it the height with the descent angle I got, I'd struggle to stop that on the greens. Whereas the MCGB spinning at just under 6,000 would certainly stop a lot quicker. You know, so even though the carry distance is back a little bit on MCGB, I think the ability to land the ball on the green and stop it would be better. Not everyone's going to hit it the height I do. Therefore, if the height and launch are very similar, you'd probably find then that guys with MCGB would actually have a little bit more control once the ball hit the floor. Probably hit M2 further, but may just struggle. So, I mean, all in all, this was kind of a distance challenge, so M2 wins. But if I had to put one set in my bag, I'd sacrifice the 5 yards MCGB lost to have that extra control. Okay guys, hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, like and share it. Comment below and I'll try and get back to you. Subscribe to my channel if you don't already. Hopefully catch up with some of you guys down here in the future. Stay in contact.